All right, guys, we got asked a lot last year on Rose Outdoors to explain more about the techniques and equipment that I'm using whenever I'm fishing. You guys are interested in that, so we're going to make it a point every one of these shows to sit down and do a 5 to 8 minute equipment breakdown. This is about a 200-acre lake. It's got grass and targets and everything like that, so I chose to throw a Strike King tungsten thunder cricket, same bait that I threw at Santee Cooper for stage 2. And this is it. As you can see, it's a real compact little bait. It's got a little bit smaller blade than a lot of vibrating jigs out there, just really compact, but man, it's got a hard hit. The thing I like about it is there's good separation between that bottom of that blade and the head, and what that does, it gives enough room to pivot a long way. And whenever you got a wide enough room, when it's tight and down there like that, you only got just a little bit of room. But when you got lots of room separation from the bottom of the blade to the head, it just hits. And that tungsten, when it hits, you can actually hear it. It hits a little bit harder than on lead. It's just a harder metal. So it comes with a little compact skirt on it, which I absolutely love, a good keeper. And it comes in different size, 3 different sizes, I believe. I really like the 3/8 and a half is what I throw the most. You can see this one's got a lot of tooth marks on it. This is a 3/8, and it's what I like to throw in that, 1.5 to 3 to 4 foot range. Deeper grass, things like that, I like to go to a little heavier size. And my trailer is a Scound Bug, folks. I absolutely love this bait. I like to flip it. I like to put it on the back of a swim jig. I like to bite it off and put it on a compact finesse jig. I like it as a the reason why I like it on a thunder, see, you would think that a double kick and crawl type bait would be wide. This isn't wide. It doesn't come way out here and slow the bait down and have this big wide, like a rage crawl. I don't throw a rage crawl. It would work fine, but I don't throw it on the back of a vibrating jig because I want something a little more streamlined. I don't want it way out here. I don't want them missing, my hook and things like that. I want a compact bait whenever I'm throwing something like this. So the Rage or the Scound Bug is just really tight, looks natural, got good vibration. As you can see, this is my Scound Bug bag. I've got them blue crawl, blue bug, black and blue, candy crawl, Alabama crawl, fire crawl, pearl flash. I've got every color Strike King makes in about 5 packages of every one of them because I do so much with it. Punch it, pitch it, flip it, throw it on the back of a Carolina rig. You can, but I made a Pro Team Journal one time where I was buzzing it across the top of grass because I didn't have anything else. And man, you talk about a fine little lure. But it works good as a vibrating jig trailer. So the tungsten thunder cricket is becoming my new favorite vibrating jig. And this is the time of year where you can tie a bait like this on, and like I said, cover anywhere from a foot out to 4 or 5 foot grass. This is a pocket right here. This is a bay, and it's lined with grass down through here. So you want to, those willow trees right there are too shallow, but there's 2 and 3 foot grass out in front of them. We caught lots of fish doing that today. So that little break line, and then all of this wood cover out here where these fish will pull up and suspend around targets, stumps, laydowns, trees, anything like that. Perfect time of year to throw the Strike King. Spinner baits, things like that work too, but a vibrating jig is a bait that you can just really cover lots of water. I throw it on a Team Lou Signature Series Andy Montgomery skipping rod. Now, Andy has a vibrating jig rod, and it's the action that he really likes. He likes a little bit softer tip, and a lot of people like that to have it where they can, it's a little spongier right in through here, and it's just a little bit more parabolic. whereas this one has a little bit of a tip out there on the end, which I can skip and cast with, but yet it's got a good backbone. And I like that because if I hook a fish right, let's say I'm in between these two logs, or let's say I'm closer to that one and my boat's over here, and I hook that fish out there on a long cast out in front of it. Well, I don't want that whenever I'm leaning into him and he wants to go back home, so to speak, I don't want him to be able to have control of me and be able to swim back over there. I want to be able to turn that fish away from the log, get that backbone, and move him away from it. And that's what I really, plus, I like versatile rods. I like being able to have one rod that I can do so much with. And this is the rod that I have the most of in this rod locker right here. I can throw a sexy dog on it. I can throw a buzz bait on it. I can pitch a finesse jig with it. There's just so much spinner bait, vibrating jig, ocho, what, you name it. I throw it on this rod right here. There's some things I like my jig worm rod for, pitching around heavy cover and docks and things like that. But I really like this rod right here, and 17-pound line go together like me and ice cream. They go real well together, and they like each other a lot. And I really like ice cream. So that's what I was throwing today. I'm throwing a Custom Pro 7.5 to 1. I really like this series of rods. It's got the most, it's got all the components that you need in the highest quality reels that Lew's makes, and it comes in a 6.8 to 1, 7.5 to 1, and an 8.3 to 1. So I can use the same reel whenever I'm pitching and punching mats and I want a real heavy, or I'm burning a spinnerbait in the Great Lakes up over grass or on sand flats, and I want to burn something, I can go with the 8.3 to 1. All purpose, I can go 7.5 to 1. And then whenever I want to crank and wind something in the wintertime really slow, I can go to a 6.8 to 1. Seagar Tatsu 17-pound is what I throw this on the most. This rod actually has 20 on it. You can see one thing I love about the Signature Series is that they're silver, and I can take a Sharpie every time and write my line size on there. And then when I'm changing line, I can take my thumb and really scrub hard and get it off of there. But I was throwing 20 at Santee Cooper, so that's what I've got on here now. Normally I throw 17 on this, but man, we were around a lot of big heavy cypress trees, skipping this bait around them, and so yeah, that's the setup. God bless y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in, following this show. I appreciate your support. Go on and like it and follow it and all that good stuff, whatever you got to do on there. But I really appreciate you. Until next time, good fishing. God bless.